Hi everybody, it's the Professor, and yes, it is the one and only Blue Pill Professor, coming at you from the internet and talking to you about the things that we really care about, namely the nature of women and what it is we are all going to do about it.
Been dazed and confused for so long, it's not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Lots of people talking, few of them know. Soul of a woman was created below.
Oh, and yes it was, Robert. Yes it was. You tried to warn us those many years ago, and we did not listen to you. But this time we are awake, and this time we know the score. And we are here on this podcast and all over the internet to say two words. No more. No more lies. No more deception. No more accepting what we see at face value. They fooled us long enough, and it's no more. So I want to start out this podcast by thanking my father. And by father, of course, I mean the great Tom Likas of blowmeuptom.com. For those of you who recognized it, that show by Mr. Likas, my father, is the inspiration for the beginning of this podcast. And of course, I've already given Sandman credit for his substantial role in the end of these podcasts. And that's it for all the credits, except, of course, the all-important pending lawsuit from Led Zeppelin. Hey, guys, number one, it's fair use. Number two, it's fully consistent with your song. In fact, this podcast was made for that song. So let me thank you ahead of time, and let's get started. To review this podcast series, we've talked about female attraction triggers. We've talked about female shit tests. We've learned how to identify them. We've learned that a shit test is a disrespectful tone or a disrespectful attitude directed towards you that is objectively unreasonable and which is designed to test your shit. And in addition, a shit test can be identified because, of course, she's acting shitty towards you. And once again, this entire body of data was developed by pickup artists in the 1990s. And what they did is they approached collectively tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of females, and they recorded how well it worked. Of course, it worked being defined as the woman ends up in your bed later that night. And in the special case of pickup artistry, in approaching women at night, as I suggested in the last tape, women often have their bitch shields extended at full power. So pickup artists had plenty of opportunity and plenty of time to test different techniques for responding to shit tests. And what they discovered is that the best response to the shit test, and I already told you what that best response means, the best response to a shit test in almost every case is to agree and amplify. Players report that one of the first shit tests an experienced woman will throw at them is to ask them straight out, are you a player? The key is to not be fazed by the question in the slightest. You agree with the woman, and then you amplify, preferably to ridiculous proportions. Since I started studying seduction tactics, I have been asked on two separate occasions if I am a player. And on both occasions, I had the wherewithal to smile very happily with the observation and look the girl in the eye and simply say, no, babe, I'm not a player. I'm a coach. And I have to report that this is frighteningly effective. Girls eat that up like catnip. And here's the problem, fellas. You forgot that your wife was a girl. Yes, I know it's easy to forget. You see those babies come out and everything changes. Well, everything does change. But you don't have to let the good things change. Now, how does this apply to your relationship and your interactions with your wife? Because in most cases, you're not going to use the pickup artistry tactic to agree and amplify. In fact, in about 90% of the time in married life, the best response to a shit test is simply to not engage. Remember, all you have to do to pass is to show that you are not emotionally or psychologically impacted or fazed by her emotional onslaught. And frankly, guys, some married men get shit tested so much that you would present as a clown if you tried to agree and amplify every single shit test thrown your way. So use this sparingly and understand that this was developed for use in one situation, and we are adapting it to use in another situation. So this was developed to use in pickup situations, and we're adapting it, and I'm suggesting that the go-to response in a pickup is agree and amplify, but that is not probably the go-to response in a marriage. In a marriage, it's simply to maintain your frame. And I'll talk about frame in another tape, but it is an all-important concept, and it's expressed different ways. I was listening to a Tyler video. He's a pickup artist last week, and Tyler was just explaining it. You know, a guy just has to realize in his own mind and get it worked out in his own mind that he is the shit. So that's what Tyler says, and that's exactly right. A man has to realize that he is someone who gets it, and he is the prize. He's the valuable one. That's you guys. You are the prize. And when you realize that, you start to build an indefatigable frame. So just to provide a little bit of understanding when I talk about frame, know that your frame is you at your best. It's you, confident, strong, knowing that you're in the right and able to face life without any problem because you are the shit. And that's what we call having a positive frame. I recommend in a marriage that you should have a positive, affirming frame, which is to say that you are not just a man with the shit, but you are a man with a positive, masculine attitude. Your frame is somebody who is fun to be around, who can handle himself and handle her. And again, I'll spend a whole 15 minutes or so talking about frame later on. But that's the bottom line, folks. You need to hold your frame in the face of a shit test, because a shit test, in most cases, is an attack on your frame. It's a test of your frame. And it all ties together because I say your frame is you the best you can be. Your frame is you holding your shit together. It's a guy who has his shit together. And that is what she is testing in a shit test. She wants to know whether you really have your shit together. And with all shit tests, I like to say that a shit test is you not getting involved in her emotional turmoil and being unfazed by her attacks. But another way to conceptualize that is very simply, don't get butthurt. If you do, that's what we call an auto fail. Okay, so we've found that in a marriage, a female shit test takes the form of a disrespectful tone or attitude, and that in most cases, what is happening is that she is testing your frame, which is to say, she's testing your shit. And the underlying way to pass a shit test is to not get involved in an argument, not get involved in her emotional frame. You are keeping your calm, stoic, non-emotional frame. And of course, don't get butthurt. I realize I'm moving very quickly, but I'm going to move on to another type of shit test response. So this will be basically the third technique I've covered so far. The first is agree and amplify, which is used commonly in pickup situations and less commonly in marriage, although it's an important tool in the arsenal. Secondly, and more commonly, is the simple denial of her reinforcer. And you do that by ignoring it. Remember, you pass the shit test by not reacting to it, so if you ignore it, you have passed the shit test. So the third way to pass a shit test is to nuke it. And I always warn people, don't use nukes unless you're prepared for complete, mutually assured destruction. You see, folks, the problem with nuclear weapons is that they tend to contaminate the whole region around them for millions of years. So use nuclear responses very sparingly, and only if you are absolutely willing to nuke the entire relationship in order to enforce your shit test response. The nuke is you establishing boundaries and terminating the shit test immediately. So let's take an example. In marriage, especially modern marriages, the common shit test is the disrespect. And this isn't the, oh, baby, are you hurt type of tone. This is emasculating. This is disrespectful, often in front of other people, often irrational, and often completely about you. Why do you? What do you do? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Blah, 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 blah. We've all heard it, right? Well, this is the type of shit test that can be nuked. And to nuke it, you simply say, in a very firm tone, hey, you don't talk to me like that. Try again. Or you may say something like, hello, I will not be talked to in that tone. Now, if she continues after you nuke the test, the only possible response is for you to leave the house. Not go to another room, but literally leave the house and not come back, preferably for several hours. You have set a boundary. And the boundary is you will not be talked to with that level of disrespect. Period. End of story. Do not engage. Do not argue. It's not open for discussion any longer. And I hope you can see why I suggest that you use nukes quite sparingly. And ultimately, gentlemen, this is in effect what I am advocating to use in low-sex marriages. Let us not forget, women are the gatekeepers of sex, but they never told us that men are the gatekeepers of commitment. That means if a woman is not giving up sex eagerly and enthusiastically, then men should not be giving up their commitment so easily. And you withdraw your commitment by ignoring her. Now, that might not be so easy to completely ignore your wife immediately, and you don't want to be schizophrenic about it. But you do want to establish the boundary. And without any doubt, one of the important pieces of the overall plan to restore the sex in your marriage is to associate your level of commitment and emotional availability to her with with her sexual availability to you. But importantly, that set of chains needs to be forged one link at a time, because you don't want to negotiate desire. You can't negotiate desire, but you can command it and create it. And that's a critical point that we will consider again and again, and was made by Rollo Tomasi in both of his books and continually on his blog. You are not asking for respect. You are demanding it. You are not negotiating desire. You are commanding it. You need to build your defenses so that you can operate from a position of strength and abundance. The fourth shit test response is the pressure flip. This is usually most effective in a public setting, and the pickup artists once again have really developed this technique. Basically, you flip the pressure back on her. When she says something obnoxious in front of company, you pat her on the head and say, "Oh, that's okay, sweetie. We'll make sure to get you to bed early tonight." Now, you will note how this flips the pressure back on her and frames her attitude as her problem, not yours. Ideally, sexual denial can be dealt with in a similar way. In the book, The Sex Guide Method, Daniel Rose talks about whether it's a good idea to have sex every day. And he gives the example where a woman has sex one day and then the next day she turns you down. So you pressure flip it and say something like, "Oh, my baby is sore from all that pounding yesterday. But we can let you heal for another day." Again, this puts the pressure on her and takes it away from you and frames the problem as hers, not yours. The fourth shit test response is to redirect. And any parent knows how to do that if you have a child. Literally, take her by the hand and say, "We're going to watch some TV to go cool off." Lead her into another room and distract her. Offer her an ice cream cone. And if you do this, don't forget that you are the adult, while she is the one very likely acting like a child. Don't forget that, and don't get drawn into her emotional storm when she lashes out. Just maintain your cool. And that leads us to the fifth and final way to answer a shit test. And this is probably the most important. It is the concept of amused mastery. Gentlemen, when you can smile with amusement and love at her protests and emotional outbursts, it is very likely you will see a rapid improvement in your marriage. In amused mastery, you literally help your wife regress to that little girl she was so long ago, with you as the adult who knows the answer to her problems before she even knows how to ask the questions. So with amused mastery, you are the adult, calmly taking control of her outbursts, correcting her gently when necessary like a stern father, and loving her always like a satisfied husband. This is the essence of amused mastery. So those are 5 techniques for responding to shit tests, along with some of the underlying theory on holding frame that this addresses. So next week, we will talk about alphas and betas, omegas and oaks. All right, guys, that music means that my time is up. And as always, I leave you with the words and wisdom of Mr. Robert Plant.
But now's the time to look and look again at what you see. Is that the way it ought to stay?